The biggest DeFi protocol in the world just made a decision that's going to reshape how we think about lending and borrowing crypto forever. And if you missed this news, you're already behind. Welcome back to the channel where we break down the crypto moves that actually matter. I am your host, and today we're diving deep into Aave's groundbreaking V4 vote that just passed with overwhelming support. This isn't just another protocol update, this is a complete reimagining of decentralized finance that could make early adopters incredibly wealthy. If you're new here, we analyze the biggest crypto developments before they hit mainstream media, so you can position yourself ahead of the crowd. Today's breakdown is going to show you exactly why Aave V4 could be the most important DeFi development of 2024, and more importantly, how you can potentially profit from it. Let us get started. So here's what happened. The Aave DAO just concluded one of the most significant governance votes in DeFi history, and the results were absolutely staggering. The proposal to deploy Aave V4 on Ethereum mainnet didn't just pass, it crushed the competition with near-unanimous support. We're talking about over 99% approval from token holders. Now, let me put this in perspective for you. In traditional governance, getting 51% is considered a win. Getting 70% is a landslide. But 99%? That's the kind of consensus you see maybe once in a decade. This tells us that the smartest money in DeFi, the people who have the most skin in the game, are absolutely convinced that V4 is going to be a game changer. Aave founder Stani Kilchov immediately announced that this overwhelming support means the proposal will now move to a binding on-chain vote to formalize V4's deployment. And here's why this matters more than you might think. The difference between a sentiment vote and a binding on-chain vote is like the difference between saying you want to do something and actually putting your money where your mouth is. Let me break down what makes V4 so revolutionary. First, we need to understand what we're upgrading from. Aave V3, which launched in 2022, was already the gold standard for DeFi lending. It introduced features like isolation mode, efficiency mode, and cross-chain functionality that made it the go-to platform for serious DeFi users. But V4? V4 is taking things to a completely different level. The new architecture introduces what Aave is calling smart account integration, essentially turning your lending position into a programmable smart contract that can automatically execute complex strategies. Think about this for a second. Right now, if you want to optimize your DeFi positions, you need to manually monitor prices, manually rebalance, manually claim rewards. It's time-consuming and expensive with gas fees. V4 changes all of that. Your lending position becomes intelligent. It can automatically move your collateral to higher-yielding opportunities, automatically protect against liquidation, and automatically compound your rewards. But here's the really exciting part, and this is where the big money potential comes in. If you're finding this breakdown valuable and you want to stay ahead of these massive DeFi developments, smash that like button right now. It genuinely helps more people discover this content, and I promise you're going to want to see what comes next. Now let us talk numbers, because the data here is absolutely mind-blowing. Aave currently controls over $11 billion in total value locked across all chains. That makes it not just the largest lending protocol, but one of the largest DeFi protocols, period. But here's what most people don't realize: Aave's dominance isn't slowing down, it's accelerating. In the past 6 months alone, Aave has grown its TVL by over 40% while most other DeFi protocols have been struggling or losing market share. And this was all on V3. V4 is designed to be exponentially more capital efficient. The technical improvements alone could theoretically double or triple the platform's capacity without requiring proportionally more capital. But let us talk about what this means for Aave token holders, because this is where things get really interesting. The protocol generates revenue through interest rate spreads and liquidation fees. In the past 12 months, Aave has generated over $200 million in revenue. V4's enhanced features are projected to increase this revenue generation significantly through higher utilization rates and new fee structures. Here's the key insight that most people are missing: when a DeFi protocol controls this much capital and starts implementing major efficiency improvements, the effects compound exponentially. More efficiency leads to better rates, which attracts more users, which increases liquidity, which enables even better rates. It is a virtuous cycle that can create massive value for early participants. And the timing couldn't be better. We're potentially entering a new crypto bull market cycle, and historically, DeFi tokens have been among the best performers during these periods. Fun fact, and this might surprise you, 80% of you watching right now aren't subscribed to this channel yet. If you want to catch the next major DeFi opportunity before it explodes, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I analyze these developments full-time so you don't have to. Now, let us zoom out and look at the broader market implications of this move. Aave V4 launching on Ethereum mainnet isn't just good news for Aave, it is potentially massive for the entire Ethereum ecosystem. Here's why. Ethereum has been facing serious competition from faster, cheaper blockchains like Solana, Avalanche, and newer layer ones. Critics have been saying Ethereum is too slow and too expensive for mainstream DeFi adoption. But V4's smart account integration and improved capital efficiency could change that narrative completely. If Aave can deliver institutional-grade DeFi experiences on Ethereum with automated position management and significantly lower effective costs through better efficiency, it removes one of the biggest arguments against Ethereum. This could trigger what I call a DeFi renaissance on Ethereum. Other major protocols will be forced to innovate or risk losing market share to Aave's superior user experience. And here is something most retail investors aren't paying attention to, but institutions definitely are. The smart account features in V4 address many of the operational complexities that have kept traditional finance away from DeFi. Automated risk management, programmable compliance features, and institutional-grade reporting tools. These aren't flashy features that get talked about on crypto Twitter, but they exactly what pension funds, hedge funds, and corporate treasuries need to justify DeFi adoption. If V4 succeeds in attracting even a small percentage of institutional capital to DeFi, we're talking about potentially hundreds of billions of dollars in new money flowing into the space. And guess which protocol is positioned to capture the largest share of that flow? So what does this mean for you as an investor? Let me break this down into actionable insights. First, understand that we're likely looking at a 6 to 12 month timeline before V4 is fully deployed and operational. This gives you a window to position yourself before the mainstream crypto media catches on to how significant this really is. But here's the critical part, this isn't just about buying Aave tokens and hoping for the best. You need to understand the different ways to potentially benefit from this development. Option 1 is direct Aave token exposure. The token serves multiple functions in the ecosystem: governance rights, fee sharing, and a backstop mechanism for the protocol. As V4 drives more usage and revenue, token holders should theoretically benefit. But there is also option 2, positioning in the broader DeFi ecosystem that will benefit from Aave's success. ETH is an obvious play here, since increased activity on Ethereum directly benefits ETH holders through network effects and potentially fee burn mechanisms. Option 3, and this is for more advanced investors, is looking at protocols that integrate with or complement Aave. Curve Finance, for example, has deep integrations with Aave for yield optimization. Chainlink provides critical price feeds. These ecosystem plays can sometimes outperform the core protocol token. But here's what you absolutely must understand before making any moves. This is still experimental technology. DeFi protocols can have bugs, they can face regulatory challenges, and market conditions can change rapidly. Never invest more than you can afford to lose, and always do your own research beyond what any YouTube video tells you. That said, if you believe in the long-term potential of decentralized finance, developments like Aave V4 represent exactly the kind of innovation that could drive the next major adoption wave. Here's my recommended action plan. First, educate yourself thoroughly on how Aave works, what V4 actually changes, and how it fits into the broader DeFi landscape. Second, if you're going to invest, consider dollar cost averaging over the next few months rather than making one large purchase. Third, set up alerts for the binding on-chain vote and the actual V4 deployment timeline. These will be key catalyst events that could drive significant price action. And finally, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Even if you're bullish on Aave, maintain a diversified crypto portfolio. The bottom line is this: Aave's near-unanimous V4 vote represents one of the strongest signals we've seen in DeFi that institutional-grade innovation is not just possible, but actually happening. The smart money has spoken with their votes, and now they're putting their tokens where their mouth is with binding on-chain governance. Whether this translates into massive returns for early investors remains to be seen, but the technical foundation and market positioning couldn't be stronger. If you want to stay ahead of developments like this, make sure you resubscribed with notifications turned on. I spend hours every day analyzing these protocols so you can make informed decisions about your financial future. And speaking of staying informed, you absolutely need to check out my analysis of the 3 DeFi protocols that could explode if institutional money starts flowing into the space. That video is going up next, and it includes some projects that most people have never even heard of but could be massive winners. Before you go, drop a comment and tell me, are you bullish on Aave V4, or do you think there are better opportunities in DeFi right now? I read every single comment, and your insights help me create better content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.